Hey guys, thanks for joining me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe.
Hello, peoples. Welcome to Sharp Ends. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to do a collection review of my Bark River knives. Bark River has, I think, over 100 different models. I do not have 100 Bark River knives, but I will show you what I do have, and I'll share with you what I think my favorite ones are and what my least favorite ones are. And I've kind of ordered these from smallest to largest. So my very smallest is the Mini Canadian or Micro Canadian. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Very small little guy, basically a 3-finger grip, and I put a lanyard on here to hold it. I actually do use this a lot because even with its sheath, I can put the whole thing in my pocket. It disappears. It's basically like a pocket scalpel, and it works really, really well. For having a fixed blade on you in places where you wouldn't necessarily want to walk around with a fixed blade. So I really like this. I really appreciate this in 3V, one of my favorite little knife steels. So this guy, yeah, definitely recommendable. Next is the water moccasin, and this is a first production run. This is Osage Orange scales on here. I can't remember the name of the designer of this, but lots of belly flowing up here. You could almost call it a tonto because the tip of the blade ends higher. I actually use this as a steak knife, so I use this all the time for that purpose. I've never used it as a belt knife. I do use it a lot though because I use it as a steak knife, and I sharpen it up here and there. Actually, this was one of the first knives I ever learned how to sharpen a convex blade on with my KME sharpening system. It went really easily, and it's still pretty darn sharp. And what is this then? This is Magna Cut. I think a lot of my knives are a Magna Cut because Bark River really flipped over to that. Next, a rather new knife for me. This is in their Bushcraft series. You can tell because it has the compass symbol on it. This is the Bushcrafter Light, I want to call it. um, but this Bushcrafter, absolutely awesome. This is S45VN, which is, an unusual steel for a fixed blade, but this guy is a great carpentry knife. I mean, I have been using this extensively for doing woodworking and bushcraft stuff over the summer, and I couldn't keep it out of my hand. It feels so good in the hand, and it's got kind of like a high saber grind or like a Scandi grind convex with a Scandi grind combination with the convex grind, and it just works super, super well. I've just been really impressed with that. Again, compass symbol on this guy here. I highly recommend this knife. Hey, this is me jumping in here right now. I forgot a knife in this collection, and I just wanted to mention it. It's the Taskmaster. I believe it was designed by Jason over at DLT. This is the first production run of it. It's got this very nice utilitarian kind of Warrenclyffe shape with a nice amount of belly on here, drop point here, and this fuller up here. Reverse Tonto type look as well. I like it a lot. I think it's a cool knife. I wish maybe the blade was just a little bit taller so that your fingers didn't get quite in the way. So if this blade shape was just a little bit taller, I think it would be cooler. But I also really like this knife from Bark River Knives. This is Magna Cut, by the way. So, all right, back to your regular scheduled program. Next, the bird and trout knife. There are other bird and trout knives out there which are better than this one. This is CPM 154. However, this one is fine. Not my favorite Bark River knife. I do use it. I do keep it in the kitchen, and I do use it a lot. But as far as bird and trout knives go, I can tell you that North Arms makes a better one, and I'm sure that there are other ones out there that are good. This is a fine knife, absolutely fine, but I don't know if it's worth it. Next, this is the Forest from Bushcraft, from Bark River, and again, it has the compass symbol on it. Again, this is a compound Scandi grind. It has a full tang, but it's hidden inside of the sheath. That's what I've been told, at least. There's one pin right here, but I've been told the tang actually goes all the way back, but it's fully covered up. This handle is really large compared to the amount of blade here, and this is kind of like a puka. This works really well, like really, really, really good carpentry knife. Again, I used this building on a couple of building projects over the summer, and this combination, Scandi grind with the convex grind, highly effective in the Bark River world. I if you see something like this from Bark River and you're on the fence, any time they do a combination Scandi grind with the convex, I say get it. I don't see, yeah, the great knife. The Katsuni, very sentimental knife for me. I just like the way it looks. It's a little Tonto, works really well. CPM 154, I love that steel. It is a great knife and actually very practical. I've ended up using it a lot more than I thought I would. And the ergos, it looks chunky, but it actually works really well. Yeah, I love this knife. I would recommend it, but it is more usable than it looks. And I usually don't like bolsters at all, but this one I do like it. Next, this is first production run of the. I'm blanking on the name. Hopefully, it just flashed up. If it didn't, I apologize. This is 3V. I've had this guy a long time. The ultralight field knife. Ultralight field knife? I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. Anyway, very, very cool knife. I don't use it as much as I should. If I only had one Bark River and this was it, I think I would like it a lot more than I do. It is a good knife. It is right in the middle of the pack of all of these for me. Would I buy it again? Nah. Do I like it? Yes. Yes, I do like it. But I don't really find a use for it that much. Speaking of not a use for it, the classic clip point classic hunter here with the sheath, MagnaCut, don't find a use for it as much as I should. I would sell this knife to someone if they wanted it. Very nice knife. I don't have a personal use for it. I have too many knives and I don't use this one enough. It locks in the hand. The ergos are great. Bolster, I don't usually like bolsters. MagnaCut, very cool knife. Not for me. The Petty Z, love this knife. Use it almost every single day in my kitchen. Tall, convex kind of grind. Very utilitarian. This is CPM 154. They might have made it too sharp to send with. Rolling over a little bit, the geometry isn't quite perfect on it, but overall I still like it and I've been able to sharpen it up and it's been fine after that. I like it. I use it every day. I think the Petty Z is absolutely awesome. The Euro Bushcrafter, first production run of this guy. I think this notch here is for a fire steel. That's what I've been told. I haven't used it enough yet. I'm still in the process of reviewing it. However, like I said, I love when they do this Scandi grind combination convex grind. So I think that this is going to be a good knife. I just haven't used it enough yet, and it's winter, so I have to wait for summer before I can take it out and use it a lot. So high hopes for this one, but it's still in the review process. This is their meat knife, and I'm blank. Kalahari. The Kalahari, 154 cm, very nice swooping edge, very nice for processing meat. I enjoy it a lot. No, it doesn't bend. It's not a bendy knife. I mean, there's a little bit of flex in there, but you know, it's not one of those ultra thin fillet knives. Having said that, I've used it to fillet and it works really well. Very sharp. Use it a lot. The Bravo. This is the Bravo 1.25. Can't quite remember. This is a MagnaCut. And it's got the thumb ramp on it. Very first Bark River I ever got. I should use it more. I don't. I ended up using the GNS from LT Wright more often than this one when I need to do this kind of bushcrafting stuff. Having said that, it's still very sharp. It's a very nice knife. I understand why the Bravo is considered their flagship knife, and I like it a lot, and I would never get rid of it. Not my most recommended knife of theirs, though. And next, the Aurora III. This beast is the newest to the collection. I just did a review of it. I do like the knife. It has its ups and downs. It has one quality control issue where there's not quite any belly right up here, which is a shame. And it's so sharp that it might be too sharp. And if I overused it for things like batoning or sculpting some wood or something like that, it would the edge would probably roll over. I haven't resharpened it yet to fix that issue. However, this is 3M. They do their 3M really good. So some ups and downs, plus and minuses. If you really want to learn more about this, signed by Pink G10. He has a couple of videos about it. And also the Dutch Bushcraft Knives boys recently did a video about their experience with this knife, which I find very informative and interesting. I love it. I'm going to keep it. And I love using it in the kitchen, and that's how I'm going to use it. I ain't going to be chopping down trees with it. All right, so what do I think the best 3 knives on here, the most recommendable ones for me? I'm going to have to go with the Ultralight Bushcrafter. Absolutely think that this is an absolute winner. Great, 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 great knife. Next, I'm going to have to go with the Forest. Absolutely love the Forest. It is so nice to do carpentry with this knife. I can't even get over, and yeah, it's just absolutely awesome. And then finally, what is the third knife? My third most favorite knife here. I'm going to have to go with the, honestly, it's probably the Petty Z, because it's the one that I use the most. But if it's not the Petty Z, I think I'm going to just have to go with the Bravo. Bravo is such a classic and such a great knife. Like if you had, one knife at the end of the world and it happened to be a Bravo, you'd be okay. You'd be just fine. So yeah, that is my Bark River Knives collection. They have had quality control issues in the past. I feel like those quality control issues in general have gone away. This is the first knife that I've gotten in a long time that had any kind of quality control issue with it, which is a shame. It was also on pre-order for 3 years. So whoever was grinding the knife that day, I don't know. It is very sharp, but there's a flat point right here, and it's too sharp, and you just need to calm down, bro. I know it's a big blade to sharpen, but, I know that you know how to make knives sharp and their edge stable by proper methods. So maybe this was a new guy, but I don't know why you'd put the new guy on such a big blade. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate your time. Please like, subscribe. If you want to get entered to win a knife of the month for $3 a month, click the link down below. And you too on Patreon could support me and potentially win a knife every single month. Thanks so much, guys. See you next time on Sharp Ends. Bye-bye now.